Oh, flipping adverts.
Are you sick of dirty tapes?
Is he talking about blue videos?
We've all experienced the problem of stained, soiled or mucky cassette tapes.
No, we haven't. This isn't a thing.
Until now, there's been no easy way to clean the tape inside a cassette.
I don't understand how it got dirty.
Stop. Don't put your cassettes in a washing machine. What you need is the Japped Clean Kit Cassette Cleaner JT1000.
Slightly problematic name.
Put your old dirty cassette in the machine, press a button, and look. In just a few seconds, the dirt is gone.
This is pointless.
Wow, the tape inside my cassettes has never looked so clean. That's all thanks to the Clean Kit Cassette Cleaner JT1000. I can't wait to show this to my friends.
These YouTube adverts are getting worse.
Okay, this story starts with an email from a chap called Tomas who lives in Austria. He found this weird cassette-related device that had been discarded and immediately thought I might be interested in it. And he was right. So yes, it's a cassette cleaner. Now, I've been around a while, but in all those years I've never felt the need to clean a cassette. We're not talking about the outer shell here, rather the tape that's inside the cassette. I've never entertained the possibility that that might get dirty. Now, when Thomas sent it over, he'd got no idea whether or not it worked. It had, after all, been thrown away. There was also no power cable with it, and it ran off 100 volts. The power socket on the back looks similar to an IEC C8, but it's square rather than rounded and has an indentation just on the one side. Now, I could cut down another power lead, but rather than trying to get a rounded peg into a square hole, I managed to find the appropriate plug online and made up my own lead. After plugging the other end into a step-down power transformer, the good news is that the device powers up. The lights in the buttons all work, and the mechanism, well, that kind of partially works, although the tape spools don't spin. So it feels like we're looking at the usual belt issue. The screws holding the feet also hold the thing together. So once the feet are removed, we can take the bottom cover off. We can see inside here we've got a power transformer, a motor, a solenoid and a circuit board. The belt's hidden underneath this motor, so needed to remove that first of all to be able to get to it, and the belt hadn't turned to mush. It looked alright in fact, but to get the other end of it out I'm going to have to take out this circuit board here. Now as I remove this I'll flip it over to show you what's on it, because I was a bit surprised it needed this amount of circuitry just for something that's winding a tape forward and cleaning it. But if anyone's interested, have a look at the chips. I know people like to look at these things. And also notice that there's another manufacturer name on here, Toho Electric. That's the third name that's on this device. But anyway, here's the belt that we need to get out. It's around this plastic flywheel. And once that's removed, yeah, it's a little bit misshapen. Perhaps lost some of its elasticity. So I tried to find one that was roughly the same size, and I'll put that back in the machine. So once I got it back together, I thought, there you go, job's a good one. Put the cassette in, and it didn't move properly. It kind of moved a little bit, but it was very laboured. Something inside seemed to be slipping. So this time round I delved a bit deeper. I took off this bracket which has the two spindles for driving the tape, but the way those are spun is with this rubber wheel which pushes up against this plastic flywheel, and then between that and, depending upon which direction you're going, either the left or right spindle, it moves between them. So I took off the E-clip off that and a little tiny washer. Terrible little things to remove those E-clips. You got to watch for them flying across the room. But yeah, that rubber wheel didn't look too bad. But I just thought, well, maybe it's slipping somehow, not quite gripping between the things. So I roughed it up on some very fine sandpaper. And I also made sure everything was very clean. All the bits of plastic in here, clean with isopropyl alcohol. Also lubricated everything that needed lubricating. And then had a lot of fun getting that E-clip back on there again. I hate those things so much. But then cleaned all the rest of it. And I also managed to find a better belt. Slightly thicker belt, which seemed to fit a bit better. So with that done, I could reassemble the whole thing. And I'm now finally able to show how it works. Okay, time for a quick demonstration. Now a C60 might take a little bit too long to show, so instead let's clean a cassette single. Now while the track on here is 3 minutes 57 in length, the entire length of the tape is about 4 minutes 30 including the leaders. You'll notice here that I've wound the tape on a little bit. That's just to demonstrate the fact that this machine will automatically rewind the tape back to the beginning before it starts cleaning. And when it does the cleaning, it cleans the entire width of the tape all in one go, so you don't need to flip the tape over at the end. You do have an option here though to rewind once it reaches the end, so you can put the tape back to the beginning position. So let's start it off. We'll put the tape in here, might as well activate the rewind as well, and then we just need to press this. Now what will happen is the tape will rewind and then the cleaning device will engage with the tape at the bottom while it runs through it. So let's have a look at that. It'll only take a couple of seconds. There we go. It's cleaning it now, running the tape through at high speed. The pad on here is just pushing up against the tape and pushing that against the pressure pad. It'll reach the end in a second, and there we go. Now this gets removed, so we've finished cleaning the tape. We could have took it off at that point, but we've activated the rewind, so it's going to take it all the way back to the beginning. And 3, 2, 1, there we go. That is the tape clean. Now let's just take a look at that cleaning tape ribbon. It reminds me a little bit of one of those correction tapes you get on some typewriters. The slightly abrasive surface of this though should scrape and catch against anything that's been deposited on the surface of a magnetic tape. You can see in this macro shot where an earlier part of the tape has cleaned off some debris. Each time a cassette is inserted and cleaned, this mechanism advances that cleaning tape by a couple of millimetres, and that small section of the cleaning tape maintains constant contact throughout the cleaning process. Now if you're wondering what this is, it's just a tape guide. It's not an erase head. This machine can't erase a tape. It just cleans them and winds them. But going right back to the beginning, I wanted to understand more about why people are cleaning cassettes in the first place. I mean, as far as I know, the tape in my cassettes doesn't need cleaning, and looking back at the cleaning tape, when this was new, this section between the black lines is an example of what it will have collected off an entire cassette from one end to the other, and you've got to wonder whether it was worth the effort. But to see if cleaning a cassette was more of a concern to other people and myself, I went looking on the tapeheads.net forums. And yeah, apparently there were a couple of situations where people had wanted to clean tapes. For example, if they'd spilt a drink on a precious tape, perhaps one that contained old family recordings, and for that, yes, they had washed the cassette. So my silly images earlier weren't too far from the truth. But there was one other more common reason why some people would want to clean a tape, and it's perhaps more relevant to some parts of the world than others. Mould. You might have seen it mentioned as one of the reasons for the increased adoption of laserdiscs in some parts of the world over others. Videotape doesn't do too well in humid climates, and of course the same will go for audio cassettes. And this jogged my memory that I do have one tape with mould, just the one, and it came from Japan. Now if you want to see my video on this unusual type of cassette, there should be a link on the screen or in the video description. But for now, let's just see if we can clean this mould off it. You can see it just looks a bit kind of misty on the surface there. Now I know mould is showing on the edges of the tape here, and this machine cleans the surface, but despite that, it definitely seems to have made an improvement. So yeah, perhaps that's what this machine was really for. It's not really a consumer device, it's more of the kind of thing you might use on a commercial level. So take for example, you had it in a library, a place where they lent out audiobooks on tape. And every time you got a tape back, you don't know what kind of environment it's been stored in, so just to be safe, you run it through here to ensure that any potential mould has been scraped off the tape before it has a chance to spread. Oh, and just for completeness, I timed a 60-minute tape, and it takes just over a minute to clean it. So there you go, perhaps it's not as pointless as I first thought, but then again, I don't think they sold very many of them, as I can't find a single reference to it anywhere online. So I've really got to thank Tomas again for saving this one from the recyclers. But that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.